magic in the air, 'cause something is waiting for me. Oh.
Good morning, my friends. That was so beautiful, was it not? Today is day 17 of Vlogmas. 17 is one of my lucky numbers, so I'm feeling good today. I woke up this morning to the email notification that I am part of YouTube's partner program now. The YouTube partner program, which is so exciting because I've shared some about this vulnerably, but I really felt like, what am I doing here? Like, I feel like I'm so brand new. I feel like there's so much I'm trying to do. I really enjoy this, but being a beginner feels so awkward. And I really think the secret to success is just continuing to show up, even if you're not really getting results. Finding what matters within the results that you are getting. Well, I'm celebrating that today for Sherzies. We have a massive winter storm coming in. We've been getting warnings about it. This huge nor'easter that is blazing up the entire eastern seaboard, and I can just tell that it's coming. It's supposed to start to snow around probably in a few hours. We got a notification that all the COVID testing centers are closing at 2 and prep for the storm, so I imagine the snow will probably start coming down at 2. I'll show you how it looks right now. It's just cloudy, but it's like my snow sense. I loved that somebody said that it's almost like Lorelai Gilmore. When I say I smell snow, I can just feel it in the air before it starts to come. Just because I'm used to it. I might be a little bit psychic with it, but I also think I know the way that the sky looks. I know the way that the lighting starts to become. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the snow, even though it literally says it might impact travel. It's supposed to be like a foot or several feet of snow, but it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be, what is happening? On the plus side, I don't need to hold my hand like this anymore because I actually just got a new tripod in the mail. I have been propping everything up on like blenders, on paper towel rolls whenever I've been filming, and no more of that. So let me actually unbox this tripod and we will move on with our lives. Okay, I was going to open my tripod and I definitely just opened a Christmas present, and it is a Gucci shoebox. But my heart just dropped. It is now on the tripod. We're moving up in the world. New tripod in the YouTube partner program, slaying the day. And my kava just arrived. I have actually been trying to cook more, but kava is one of my favorite things to get. It lasts like 2 days. It's basically this Mediterranean Chipotle, essentially. So I get grilled chicken, Kalamata olives, feta cheese, rice. So yummy. And I have been rewatching How I Met Your Mother. Have you guys watched that show? It's so good. My favorite. I haven't watched it in probably 2 years. And the other night when I was really upset, I just needed something funny to watch just to kind of like alleviate some of the heaviness in the air. So I started it from the start again, and I was like already LOL-ing. Marshall Erickson is my favorite character of all time, and I actually talk about him in my TED Talk. So I'm going to eat this, watch the snow roll in, and watch some How I Met Your Mother. Whoop, whoop.
So Lily went out with Robin, who was new to New York and looking for a friend.
Married lady? Oh, please. I'm so sick of the meat market.
Okay, you guys, it's starting to get dark outside. The snow is definitely about to start. I don't think the camera can get the vibes fully, but we just got a notification because I'm subscribed to like all of the New York City safety notifications that says, due to the forecast, New York City public school buildings will be closed tomorrow. So major snow day vibes. Just like growing up in Colorado, that's what it feels like. I'm looking closely and I do see a little bit of a snow flurry, and you can see like the snow on the ground. You guys might be able to see some of the snow flurry. And I think it's gonna really start to pick up here soon. It's getting really foggy over the river. I'm like geeking out about the weather, who knew? So I think I'm going to heat up some coffee and just chill for a little bit, and then maybe go get some snow day hot cocoa with Renee, just to really take in the weather and the good vibes regarding the weather. I'm just watching the snow, and I'm gonna order some last minute Christmas gifts. Got some lists from my family on things that they would want. The snow flurries are starting! They're starting! It is really picking up. Getting dark. Okay, it looks absolutely insane outside. I'm about to take you outside because Renee and I are gonna run and get some hot cocoa, and we wanna just kind of get out and see the weather. I've never seen New York City like this, so I cannot wait to show you guys. Yay, blizzard content. I look ridiculous, but we are not messing around. Well, maybe the earmuffs and the hat might be a bit much. It's cute with it on though. We're gonna do it. Oh my gosh, wow. Okay, I just got back. That storm was no freaking joke. It is really coming down out there. It is freezing, and let me just show you the view from just my apartment. So there's usually way more cars, obviously. Like this whole street is usually packed. So it's just like the quiet sound of the snow. And then as you saw in the video, the wind and the snow, and it was so cold. I didn't have gloves. I didn't really think that because we just like ran over to Starbucks really quick. But I got a yummy chai tea latte, and I'm going to make some risotto as a warm winter dish for tonight. So it's gonna be a cozy night in. I love snow! My first big snow day in New York! Yay! Okay, before I make dinner though, I'm kind of like pumped after having a little bit of my chai tea latte. I need to record a podcast episode, so I'm gonna record one right now to go out next week. I need to get everything to my editor tomorrow, and I've been kind of slacking. I have some interviews in my queue, but I want to do something along the lines of manifestation, so we can talk about my manifestation mastermind. So I'm gonna record an episode, I think, about what you're doing wrong, why you're not manifesting what you're doing wrong sounded aggressive. Like what you're doing wrong in manifesting, like why your manifestations haven't arrived yet, because I've learned some really interesting things about manifestation from personal experiences lately, and I'm always reading my spiritual books. Specifically, there's this one called The Cosmic Ordering Service. It's been a really great book. It has a whole new perspective, a really different voice around it. So I'm going to share my learnings and record a solo episode. It's been a while since I've recorded a solo one, but I keep getting the feedback that those are the ones that are liked the most. So I'm here to serve y'all. I'm here to make you happy. Hello everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Big Conversations. Okay, I just wrapped up a really good episode. I can tell I'm getting hungry because I was just trying to finish up the episode, and I probably tried 5 times to say one sentence, and it just was not coming out right. So it's definitely risotto making time after I upload this for my editor, and I can't wait for you guys to listen to this episode because, as always, I blew my own mind.
Walking around, feeling free, thinking about what's happened to me from July up till now. Don't know where.
Got how long risotto takes to make, since you have to slowly put the stock concentrate liquid mixture over in the rice slowly and surely. So I figured 2 birds, 1 stone. It would be a good time to do my 5th day of Christmas and talk about the 5th month of 2020 and what I learned. The 5th month was May, and woo, did we have a doozy. May was one of the most transformational months of my entire life because it was the month that I changed my health. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I changed my health habits in a major way. So I went gluten-free, dairy-free, and sugar-free. And I know that when people aren't into health stuff, hearing about this is like cool, you're gluten-free and you tell everyone and their mother, like, and I was totally like that before. So I'm gonna make this interesting for you too, I promise you. Essentially, I had been dealing with a lot of facial swelling that you wouldn't really think is swelling. Like, people never knew what I was talking about. I'd always talk about like my under eyes. I just always felt like my face was really puffy. And people are like, oh, it's just like your face. Like, I don't really see it. It would really bother me. I just felt like I always looked tired. I felt like the only way that I could get my face to honestly look the way that it looks right now is if it was at nighttime and I had worked out. It's like every single morning, my face was just so puffy. It kind of looked akin to what my face looked like yesterday after I had like cried all of the night before. Just really bad. And on top of that, I would always be so tired. I'd start the morning like ready to go, have my morning coffee, and then by the time the afternoon rolled around, I would be so tired I would have to take a nap. Like, it would be full body exhaustion and I'd feel really heavy. And people talk about this a lot, and so I was like, well, maybe this is just like a way that you feel, right? Like, afternoon slump, that's it. But I really wanted to mainly fix like the issue with my face, because I would wear false lashes all the time, actually, because my face was so puffy and I felt like it made my eyes look so small, which is crazy if you look at me now. Like, my face looks completely different. Some people see it, some people don't. I think my face looks completely different, and I don't wear lashes anymore because of that. Like, I just have my natural lashes, which is like a huge development in my life. So that was the month that I was like, okay, if there was ever a time for me to try out a new health kick, not even a kick, but like new health habits, it would be when I can't go to a restaurant. And I decided to try dairy too. Basically, this whole thing was like, go off of it, off of these foods that are inflammatory, and see how it impacts you, and then you reintroduce it. So going off of it was really hard. As you can imagine, your body kind of acts like it's starving. I mean, I went to Whole Foods and bought like everything, and I was making really healthy, clean meals, and just, again, avoiding all gluten and all dairy and all sugar, but my body was acting like I was starving it. Like, seriously, the cravings were unbearable. I did not know that a person could crave food on that level, but it just proved like how much my body had gotten used to it. I wanted to go like 4 weeks, so I probably went 3-ish weeks, and then I tried to have just a sandwich. I got a sandwich from Mod Market, and it was with sourdough bread, which sourdough actually has less gluten than other types of bread. So I was like, okay, maybe here's like a way that I can kind of sneak it. Like, I'm really craving a good BLT on a sourdough bread. I have half of the sandwich, and I immediately feel so heavy, like all over, just like this heavy exhaustion. And so I'm like, whoa, like that is only supposed to have a little bit of gluten, and that's how it felt. Holy cow, right? Dairy, I'm honestly sort of fine with. I just try to swap it out for nut milk whenever I can. Like, that doesn't mean I'm gonna not eat like a really good cheese tray or something. And then sugar, I've just been really conscientious of. I really just won't do anything with added sugars, or I'm really cognizant of the level. So in addition to that, that was also the month that I started meditating. So this was like a full health protocol detox from the food and like the immediate changes that I was seeing in my energy and in my face and how my face looked. But I was also starting this Joe Dispenza course/training with some of my really good friends in Denver, and it included meditating every single day. It's like a 26-minute meditation, which was really brutal, and I was having a really hard time with it, as you can imagine, but I just stuck to it, and I was like, I'm gonna do this one way or another. I'm gonna learn this and commit to it. And I started to just really start to see some serious results from it. Like, it just felt like everything was starting to take off. So, I mean, the main things that I learned was that you are always going to be learning new things about yourself, and you should always be iterating on yourself, because you're the greatest project you'll ever work on. And so health is such a huge component of that, and one that I would always kind of roll my eyes at. Like, growing up, my mom has always been really, really healthy. And so she'd always be like, I wouldn't drink like that Diet Coke or something. And I was like, Mom, oh my gosh, like, I just want to drink it. My mouth is like kind of watering. I have not had a soda since I made this change. Because of that, I was always like, I don't like, health is restrictive. You know, if you're going to make changes to your health, that's no fun. But then I made the changes, and it seemed like the whole world opened up. Like, I just felt so much better and so much different. And then meditation too was kind of something where it felt like, that is so boring. Why would anybody in the world want to sit and just not think about anything for 30 minutes? But it really helped me as a spiritual practice, and it really helped me in manifesting. So sometimes the things that you think you don't want to do, you think won't really help you think you're doing okay without it, I just said I think 1,000 times, are the things you most need to do. So where's the resistance for you? Because we naturally have a tendency to self-sabotage. We just do. It's just like our subconscious mind getting into there. The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks is actually a really good book along these lines. I would just ask you, like, what makes you feel resistant when you think about trying it? Because if you really wanted to be the best version of yourself, you would be down to try anything, even the things that feel restrictive or boring or hard, right? Like, nobody really loves to go to the gym, maybe after a certain point. Nobody really loves to sit in meditation for that long. Nobody really loves to start tackling a huge work project that's going to take forever, but we do it because we know it's going to help us in the end. Like, it sucks in the moment, but then you get the endorphins after you go to the gym, but then you have the newfound energy and maybe a different face in my case after you make the health changes, right? That's what I pose for you. Where are you resisting changes, and how can you move forward in that direction? That might be something to think about as you consider what New Year's resolutions you would like to put into place. Okay, I'm still cooking away at this risotto. It's going to be a while. But that was the 5th day of Christmas, and a good one at that, may I add. Okay, you guys, I freaking knew it, because everything has a synchronicity. I was like, I wonder if today's crystal will pertain to this message, because it came through so clearly for me. It was such a month where I was like, May, that was the month I made all those changes for my health. So today's crystal is an aventurine, and to stop myself from heartbreak, I kind of felt around in there, and I definitely think it's in here. So let's go ahead and open it up. Day 17. Of course, for my lucky number, we would have it. Yay! Wow, this is beautiful. Aventurine. It's almost like adventure, but AV, aventurine. So I went ahead and looked it up. Hold on, risotto duty. Okay, back from risotto duty. And it says the common healing properties of green aventurine. Promotes healing of the physical body. Increases wealth and prosperity. Protects gardens and homes from electromagnetic pollution, which is really good because that causes inflammation, as does gluten and dairy. Transmutes negative energy into positive energy. Stimulates willpower and confidence. So I saw the ones about healing of the physical body, and then the part about willpower, and like so much of those changes for me came down to the willpower. So that is freaking cool. I just had a feeling these things were going to align. My good old crystal advent calendar has been a ride and a half, but it's also brought us a lot of joy and a lot of purpose, and of course there's a synchronicity to it. So with that, it is super risotto time.